Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sohum and I'm on a mission to spread peace, love, and positivity through music. Today I'm bringing you another triple reaction, and this time it is 70s themed. And more specifically, we're going to be checking out three different one-hit wonders from three different artists. We're first going to be checking out the song Vehicle by the Ides of March, then jump into Brother Louie by Stories, and lastly, Moonlight Feels Right by Starbuck. All three of these songs, the reason they're dubbed one-hit wonders is because they are the sole song of theirs that charted in the top 40 of the Billboard Hot 100s, and never again did these bands glimpse that top 40. Now, for me, full disclaimer, I've never actually heard of any of these bands today. That may be the reason why these were kind of one-hit wonders, and the fact that I haven't even heard them may mean that, I just haven't done enough due diligence, but I'm thanking Rodney the Inventive today for making this request and for putting these bands and these songs on my radar. I really do appreciate it, and it helps not only flush out the music that the music history and knowledge that I have, but also helps guide the direction for reactions I do over here. With that all said, I'm excited to check these out, so let's quickly jump in, starting with Vehicle. Kind of like jazz rock. Immediate first impression, I'm getting reminded a bit of Bruce Springsteen. Or Chicago too. Dude, I love the blasting horns. There's a lot of swag in this. Funky rhythm.
You know I love oh, you know I
do. Dude, I love this big band feel. I love the kind of gritty fusion of this jazz, of funk, of rock. I'm also getting just a tad bit of soul in here as well. Also, this guitar tone is kind of insane. I was not expecting that. Oh, you can even hear the organ in your right headphone, because it's interesting, right? The way that your brain is able to pick up on all of the instruments at one time. Like, as I listen to more and more music of different styles, it becomes a little bit easier for me to pick out all of the instruments at their varying frequencies within a new track. But here it was very subtle. The organ sound fills up the bottom right of my headphone, but so much of my attention diverts to the brightness and the blasting horns in my left. I don't know if there's like a science behind the way that sounds are spaced in your ears, like if it impacts your processing or the ways in which your hemispheres of your brain are being utilized one way or the other. I have no idea. These are all just like kind of speculative comments. But when you put these different elements in different places, I feel almost differently about them. Sometimes I'm able to pick up on the more subtle elements, but when they are very pronounced, it becomes a bit less obvious, I'll say. But I wonder, is there a reason they make certain instruments a little less obvious? And does that impact my like subconscious processing? I have no idea. Again, all speculative thoughts here.
Well, I'm the friendless stranger in the black sedan. Won't you hop inside my car? I got pictures, candy, I'm a lovable man, and I can take you to the nearest star. I'm your vehicle, babe. I'll take you anywhere you wanna go. I'm your vehicle, woman. By now I'm sure you know that I love you, I need you, I want you, I got to have you. Great God in heaven, you know I love.
There's such a cool vibe to this. It feels like an iconic song, for sure.
You know I love you, I need you, I want you, got to have you, child. Great God in heaven, you know I love you.
And I love the horns, man. Yeah, it's a rare song that like the dominant melody comes from the horns, but this song leads with the horns first. We get that blast of noise at the beginning, and it persists throughout in a very congruent way. And it's also a very bite-sized song, which is kind of interesting to me, because I'm thinking now of like the Bruce Springsteens of the world, the Chicagos of the world, bands that utilize a lot of horn. Correlation is not causation, but it seems to be the case that a lot of music with big bands that involve horns, their songs end up being a little bit longer. So to have like a very short song in this way, very punchy, to the point, much of the melody is in the brass, it's definitely unique to me, and it works, I think, remarkably well. Da, 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 da. I can imagine this like melody being used in so many NFL commercials. I'd honestly be more surprised if it hadn't already been used for the Super Bowl or something. But that's Vehicle. Let's jump into the next track here by Stories. At first I thought this was Stories by Brother Louie, but it's the other way around.
She was black as the night.
Like my coffee?
Louis was whiter than white.
White and black.
Danger, danger when you taste brown sugar.
So what a voice on him. It just like occurred to me like, wow, this is such a unique timbre.
Danger, danger when you taste brown sugar.
Very gritty, right?
Louis fell in love overnight. Nothing bad, it was good. Louis had the best girl he could. When he took her home to meet his mama and papa, Louis knew just where he stood. Louis, 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 Louis. Louis, 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 Louis.
This is cool.
Louis, Louis, Louis,
It
Louis.
immediately is such a catchy chorus.
Louis, Louis, you're gonna cry.
Oh, it changed a bit. Okay. Oh, now to the guitar. Yeah. Very down for this.
They stood in the
Yeah, and I'm noticing even kind of a similarity with the Ides of the March song, but there is a fusion of multiple genres in this. There's like elements of rock, of course, of soul, and again, you get that like funky rhythm that underlies a lot of what's going on here. Though I would say like a bigger difference here is in the vocal delivery and in the occasional like orchestral flourishing. Um, but these choruses, they know what they're doing. And I guess also like the bigger difference is the lack of horns in this versus what we heard in a vehicle. But yeah, I'm liking the main melodies in both of these songs.
Louis nearly caused a scene. Wishing it was a dream. Ain't no difference if you're black or white. Brothers, you know what I mean. Louis, 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 Louis. Louis, 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 Louis. Louis, 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 Louis. Louis, Louis, you're gonna cry. Louis, Louis,
Yeah.
Louis.
I love the vibe so much.
Louis, 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 Louis. Louis, 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 Louis. Louis, Louis, you're gonna cry. Louis, 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 Louis. Louis, 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 Louis. Louis, 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 Louis. Louis, Louis, you're gonna
Yeah.
cry.
Yeah, I love this chorus. I think the chorus alone for me just like puts it up there. I think I would probably put Brother Louis here and then Vehicle right there. They're very, I think, close in terms of like how much I like them, but I just think that chorus in Brother Louis really does a lot for me. Very sing-alongable, which is a different kind of statement to make when it comes to like main horn melodies that are sing-alongable in the pitch sense, but not as much in the word sense. There's probably a better way to word all of that, but I think you understand my point. And also, we really didn't talk about much of the meaning of this track. We started with this, I guess, interracial relationship that it seems like both families are kind of not for. And when you think about the time and place that this song was put together in the 70s, that was when that issue was highly contentious. And of course, nowadays, I think the world has opened up, and despite there still being many racists out there, I think the overarching sentiment, the prevailing sentiment is that people can just love who they love and be who they want to be with. And that is a perfectly reasonable ask for the society that we should be constructing, because we have a very active hand in the way society goes. I mean, if we're going to view all of humanity as being connected, at least I view it that way, we are all the same. Therefore, creating these arbitrary lines based on race, sexuality, gender, whatever it may be, doesn't actually have to exist, because we can just be loving towards one another and understanding regardless. Tackling racism head on. It's an issue that, still needs to be spoken about, but I think a lot of our focus now, I at least view a lot of our focus now to be in the direction of how we have difficult conversations, because the issues themselves, issues will always exist one way or the other. It's a matter of how we can at least talk about them and bridge understanding between different sides so that we can better society, rather than taking one step forward and then two steps back, which is often what it feels like. And of course, the statement of progress is never linear remains true, but there's certainly more we could do at a meta level, conversationally, that can, again, make things more diplomatic, more productive, rather than just us kind of endlessly running after our own tails. It's a beautiful song. Let's jump into the last track of the day. This is by Starbuck. Starbucks.
The wind blew some luck in my direction.
Plural.
I caught it in my hands today. I finally made a tricky French connection. You winked and gave me your okay.
French Connection, I believe, is a movie. I've heard French Connection get referenced in different places. I don't really know what it means, though.
Your French connection. You winked and gave me your okay. I'll take you on a trip beside the ocean and drop the top at Chesapeake Bay. Ain't nothing like the sky to dose a potion. The moon will send you on your way. Moonlight feels right. Moonlight feels right. We'll lay back and observe the constellations. And
I like that I guess you would call it a hook in the melody of that, like the keys. It's very buttery, light, catchy, warm, like all of that good stuff. And this kind of like, this feels like very boat themed, so part of my brain is reminding me a little bit of Steely Dan as well. Like that kind of like yacht rock feel, though I've heard Steely Dan fans push back on the idea of yacht rock. I'm not an expert in that domain. I just, I'm figuring out these labels as I go.
we'll lay back and observe the constellations and watch the moon smiling bright. I'll play the radio on southern stations, 'cause southern bells are hell at night.
The song definitely reminds me of like a very romantic summer night.
You say you came to Baltimore from Ole Miss,
Like seducing somebody under the stars.
The eastern moon looks ready for a wet kiss to make the tide rise again. Moonlight feels right. Moonlight feels right.
Ooh, a xylophone solo? Kind of like marimba. Oh, bro is shredding.
You know I'm giving you a warning, 'cause me and Moon are itching to play. I'll take you on a trip beside the ocean and drop the top of Chesapeake Bay. Ain't nothing like the sky to dose a potion. The moon will send you on your way. Moonlight feels right.
we're getting a fade out here. Interesting. I mean, the instrumentalists on that track were going crazy. I've never really, well, there's a few times, I should caution my statement, a few times I have heard a xylophone solo. That may be one of the crazier xylophone solos I've heard. I don't know. I always find it really fascinating to hear instruments that are not guitar do the shredding thing, because my brain is very guitar wired and coded. Like I was a guitarist first and foremost, and a lot of what guitarists love is of course the shreds. And despite there being a great plethora of guitarists that are out there with all of their different styles, shredding when you hear it. So when you hear that style of shredding in the context of other instruments that have a different tonality, different timbre, different feel, vibe, whatever, than the guitar, like, is it called shredding? Is there a different name for it? Going ham, going crazy, wiling out on the I don't know what you call the actual implements that they're using to hit the xylophone, but I love the shredding. I will always be there for that. So where do I land on these 3 songs today? We had the Ides of March, we had Stories, and Starbuck. I think if I had to rank them, I would probably give first place to Stories. I think that song Brother Louie just melodically really draws me in very quickly. And then I think it becomes more of a conversation, more of a toss-up between the Ides of March and Starbuck here. It's interesting because in this song, a lot of the melody and the interesting instrumental kind of work comes from the instruments. Versus the melody also coming from the horns in the first song, Vehicle. So it's almost like less about the vocals than it is about the instruments. But I think the vocals were probably a tad bit stronger in the Ides of March. And also I think it's just very unique to hear like almost like horn rock, that kind of style. And for it to be such a short song and to pack that much of a punch, I think I will give the nod to the Ides of March in second. And then in third, I will do Starbuck. So the ranking, the ordering goes... Oh gosh. It goes Stories, then Ides of March, then Starbuck. But let me know if you have a different ordering or different rationale behind which songs you prefer more or less. For me, I just got to enjoy genres from all over the place, from that almost like yacht rock feel, that warm summer night vibe in the end, to that very brass and bright song that we heard up top. And in the middle, we kind of found our like maybe middle ground, a sweet spot. I don't know. You can conceptualize these songs in a number of different ways too, but I can definitely understand why all 3 of these tracks charted as high as they did, because they are all, well, first and foremost, very bite-sized, and it feels like a lot of the charting tracks end up being a bit shorter in general. But not only are they bite-sized, they give you a lot in each bite that you take. They're very musically dense, melodically pleasant, catchy, all of that good stuff and more. But again, let me know what you think in the comments down below. I hope you at least enjoyed the reaction. If you did and would like to request one yourself, whether it's more Ides of March, whether it's more Stories or Starbuck, or really anything else for that matter, you can do so by clicking the first link in the description box below. But as always, my friends, have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care and peace.